Welcome back to ABCGH Spoilers channel. Today, we unravel a shocking mystery that is sending ripples through Port Charles. A dangerous figure from Natalia Ramirez's past has emerged from the shadows, setting the stage for a battle that could shake Sonny Corinthos to his core. What secrets are lurking behind closed doors? And just how much danger is everyone in? Let's dive into this explosive revelation. The brewing storm, a mysterious stalker steps into the light. Port Charles has seen its fair share of villains, but Jen Sidwell is unlike any adversary we've encountered before. He isn't just a power-hungry criminal looking for dominance. His motives are deeply personal, fueled by rage, jealousy, and an insatiable thirst for control. What's most alarming is that Sidwell is no stranger to Natalia Ramirez. If our suspicions are correct, she may be his former wife, a woman who fought tooth and nail to escape his grasp. For weeks, an eerie presence has lingered in the shadows. Natalia could feel eyes on her, the unsettling sensation of being watched, but she never could have imagined the true horror of what was unfolding behind the scenes. Someone was tracking her every move, and it wasn't long before that silent observer uncovered something that enraged him beyond reason. Sidwell had a goon following Natalia for some time, but the moment she accompanied Sonny Corinthos to Los Angeles, his entire demeanor changed. Why? Because she wasn't just going for a vacation, she was by Sonny's side at a private cardiologist's appointment. That single act of loyalty sent Sidwell spiraling, confirming his worst fear: Natalia was moving on with another man. And not just any man, Sonny Corinthos. What started as mere surveillance quickly morphed into something far more sinister. The moment Sidwell realized Natalia was growing close to Sonny, his objective shifted. No longer was he simply watching, he was plotting. Sonny's secret. The hidden weakness that could destroy him in all his years as a formidable power player in Port Charles, Sonny Corinthos has kept his vulnerabilities well hidden. He has built an empire on strength, cunning, and unwavering control. But Sidwell has just discovered the one thing Sonny doesn't want anyone to know: his health is compromised. Sonny's trip to Los Angeles wasn't a simple getaway, it was a calculated visit to a top cardiologist. While he may have tried to keep this under wraps, Natalia's presence by his side made it all the more apparent that this was serious. The fact that Sidwell's goon followed them there means one terrifying thing: Sidwell now knows Sonny's biggest weakness, and he isn't about to let that information go to waste. In the criminal underworld, knowledge is power. Sidwell now holds a weapon that could be far more effective than a gun or a knife: information. He knows Sonny is vulnerable, and that makes Sonny a target. But how will he use this revelation? Will he leak it to Sonny's enemies? Will he orchestrate a situation that forces Sonny into a position of weakness? The possibilities are endless, and none of them look good for Sonny. Natalia's dangerous past, a woman caught between two worlds. Natalia Ramirez is not just Sonny's latest romantic interest, she is a woman with a past that could bring chaos to his world. If Sidwell is indeed her ex-husband, then their history is far darker than anyone realizes. Why did she leave him? Was it simply a case of a failed marriage, or was there something far more dangerous lurking beneath the surface? We know one thing for certain: Natalia has a son named Eloy, and his father's identity has always been a mystery. Could Sidwell be the missing piece of that puzzle? If so, that means his claim over Natalia isn't just about jealousy, it's about family, about control, about a twisted sense of ownership that could drive him to extreme measures. Sidwell's reaction upon discovering Natalia with Sonny speaks volumes. The way his eyes practically bugged out of his head, the sheer fury in his expression, it's clear that this isn't just a man scorned. This is a man who believes Natalia belongs to him. And when men like Sidwell feel that their possessions are being taken away, they don't walk away quietly. Natalia is now in a precarious position. She may have thought she left her past behind, but with Sidwell lurking, she's about to realize that some ghosts refuse to stay buried. A war on the horizon, Sidwell versus Sonny Corinthos. Sidwell has been careful so far, moving his chess pieces subtly, biding his time. But make no mistake, this is not a man who will remain in the shadows for long. Now that he knows Sonny is vulnerable and that Natalia has chosen Sonny over him, we're looking at an all-out war. What makes Sidwell so dangerous is his unpredictability. He isn't like Sonny's usual enemies, the ones who come at him with brute force and reckless ambition. Sidwell is methodical. He is strategic. He has been watching, learning, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. And now, he has everything he needs. He knows Sonny's secret. He knows Natalia's heart belongs to someone else. He knows how to push both of them to the breaking point. Sonny Corinthos has faced countless threats in his lifetime, but this is different. Sidwell doesn't just want to hurt him, he wants to dismantle him, piece by piece, starting with his greatest vulnerability, Natalia. The unpredictable future, what happens next? The pieces are in place. The players have been set on the board. The only question now is, who will make the first move? Sidwell is lurking, his intentions growing more dangerous by the day. Sonny is unaware of the full extent of the threat, but once he realizes just how much Sidwell knows, will it be too late? Natalia, trapped in the middle, faces an impossible decision. Does she stand by Sonny and risk the wrath of a man she once knew all too well? Or does she try to protect Sonny by stepping away, knowing full well that Sidwell is only growing more unstable? Port Charles is about to be rocked by a battle that will leave lasting scars. Sidwell's past with Natalia is the key to everything. But will Natalia's love for Sonny be enough to overcome the nightmare that is creeping closer with each passing day? Buckle up, GH fans. The storm is coming, and no one is safe. Next, we'll take a deep dive into a fascinating topic that has been stirring conversations among General Hospital fans. From unexpected on-screen transformations to behind-the-scenes battles, Maurice Bernard has something to say about his changing look, and it's a conversation that's taken center stage on his latest podcast episode. A hair controversy sparks a debate. Maurice Bernard, best known for his iconic portrayal of Sonny Corinthos on General Hospital, has always been a fan favorite, captivating audiences with his raw performances and undeniable screen presence. But recently, something other than his acting skills has been grabbing attention: his hair. Over the past several months, eagle-eyed viewers have observed a noticeable transformation in Bernard's appearance. His hair, which had been gradually transitioning to a distinguished gray, suddenly reverted to a jet-black shade. The shift was impossible to ignore, and naturally, speculation ran wild. Was this a personal choice? A creative decision? Or was something else at play behind the scenes? Bernard, never one to shy away from addressing rumors, took matters into his own hands during his latest State of Mind podcast episode, offering fans a direct and candid response about what's really going on. Maurice Bernard breaks his silence. In a rare moment of transparency, Maurice Bernard opened the podcast with a personal message to his audience. "Listen, I'm tired of hearing about my black, dyed hair," he stated bluntly, setting the stage for what would be a humorous yet insightful discussion about personal image, Hollywood expectations, and the compromises actors must make. For many longtime fans, this revelation wasn't surprising. The entertainment industry has long dictated standards when it comes to physical appearance, and actors, especially those in long-running roles, often find themselves caught between personal preferences and studio expectations. Bernard, despite his legendary status, is no exception. "I want it gray," he admitted, expressing a desire to embrace his natural look. However, the decision wasn't entirely up to him. "The powers that be wanted black," he explained, shedding light on the influence that network executives and showrunners have over even the most seemingly trivial details of a character's appearance. The way he framed his response was particularly telling. "You try to pick your battles, and my hair being black is not one of them." With this statement, Bernard not only confirmed that his preference was being overridden but also implied that there are far bigger battles to fight behind the scenes at General Hospital. Carlo Rota joins the conversation with his own perspective. As if on cue, Bernard's podcast guest, General Hospital's Carlo Rota, couldn't resist adding his own comedic twist to the conversation. Rota, who recently joined the cast of Port Charles, took one look at Bernard's jet black locks and instantly made light of the situation. "I'm very happy to be in the company of your extraordinary, luscious, dark hair," Rota quipped, immediately setting a light-hearted tone. But beneath the humor, Rota had a deeper appreciation for the discussion at hand. When Bernard jokingly confessed that, if given the choice, he would shave his head completely, Rota countered with a response that many bald or balding men could likely relate to. "The idea of having a problem because you want gray, they want black. Listen, I wake up with a problem every day. I don't have a choice." The interaction was equal parts comedic and revealing. For some actors, having too much hair is a problem dictated by industry standards, while for others, having no hair at all is an unavoidable reality. It was a moment that showcased the often unspoken pressures that actors, especially those in daytime television, face when it comes to maintaining a specific image. The struggles of maintaining an on-screen persona. Bernard's remarks on his hair color may seem like a minor issue at first glance, but they open the door to a much larger conversation about the entertainment industry's expectations for actors, particularly in long-running roles. For over 3 decades, Bernard has played Sonny Corinthos, a role deeply embedded in the DNA of General Hospital. Fans have seen him evolve, age, and change over the years, making his character one of the most beloved figures in daytime television. But with that legacy comes a set of rigid expectations. Producers, network executives, and showrunners may feel that a drastic physical change, such as Sonny suddenly having gray hair, could alter the audience's perception of the character. The push for him to dye his hair black reflects an industry-wide tendency to prioritize consistency over authenticity, even in the smallest details. This isn't unique to General Hospital or Bernard. From Hollywood leading men to soap opera veterans, actors are often pressured to maintain a youthful appearance for as long as possible. Gray hair, wrinkles, and other natural signs of aging are often viewed as risks that could affect a character's appeal. Bernard's statement, though brief, provided fans with a rare glimpse behind the curtain, showing that even after decades in the business, he still faces creative restrictions. The fact that he had to defer to the powers that be serves as a reminder that, in Hollywood, an actor's personal preferences don't always take precedence. Why this conversation matters. At its core, this conversation is about more than just hair color. It's about identity, creative control, and the way Hollywood dictates beauty standards even for established stars like Maurice Bernard. For fans, this revelation may feel frustrating. Why shouldn't Bernard be allowed to embrace his natural gray? Wouldn't it add more depth and realism to Sonny Corinthos? Some argue that allowing the character to age naturally would only make him more compelling, reinforcing his status as a hardened, battle-worn mob boss who has seen and endured it all. Others, however, understand the network's perspective. Soap operas thrive on continuity, and drastic visual changes can sometimes disrupt the audience's perception of a character. The decision to keep Sonny's hair black may be about maintaining the illusion of time standing still, keeping the character visually consistent with the Sonny Corinthos fans have known for years. Regardless of where you stand on the issue, one thing is clear: Maurice Bernard's honesty about this seemingly small but significant detail has sparked an important dialogue. Final thoughts: will Bernard get his way? While Bernard may not be winning this particular battle, his willingness to address it publicly is a victory in itself. By sharing this behind-the-scenes struggle, he has given fans an authentic look at the trade-offs actors have to make in order to keep their on-screen personas intact. Will he ever be allowed to let his hair go naturally gray? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure: his fans will continue to support him, no matter what color his hair happens to be. For now, we'll keep an eye on how this unfolds. Will the network eventually loosen its grip and allow Sonny Corinthos to age naturally? Or will Maurice Bernard be stuck in the eternal cycle of jet black dye for the sake of continuity? Next, we're diving into a long overdue conversation: the return of Dylan Quartermaine to Port Charles. Could his reappearance shake up the current storylines? And more importantly, is there an unexpected twist that could rewrite General Hospital history? Buckle up because this one is going to be a wild ride. A shocking revelation: is Charlotte not who we thought she was? For years, fans have accepted that Charlotte Cassadine is the daughter of Lulu Spencer and Valentine Cassadine, thanks to Helena Cassadine's infamous baby-stealing schemes. But what if everything we thought we knew was a lie? What if Helena's deception ran even deeper than anyone suspected? Helena once claimed that she stole one of Lulu's eggs to create Charlotte, but considering her long history of manipulation and deceit, is that really the truth? What if the embryo she stole wasn't just an egg from Lulu but something much more shocking, the fetus that Lulu aborted all those years ago? Yes, it sounds unbelievable, but All My Children introduced this very idea over 20 years ago, proving that, in the soap opera universe, no storyline is too far-fetched. With Helena's vast resources and scientific experiments, could she have found a way to preserve the fetus and implant it later, making Charlotte not Lulu's biological daughter but Dylan Quartermaine's? If that's the case, everything changes. Charlotte isn't just a Cassadine, she's a Quartermaine. That would make Tracy her grandmother, and Dylan her biological father, a revelation that would send shockwaves through Port Charles. A second chance at love for Lulu? Lulu Spencer has had a complicated love life, and despite her lingering love for Dante Falconeri, she hasn't been able to make progress in rekindling their relationship. She's been stuck in limbo, unable to move forward yet unable to fully let go of the past. But what if Dylan were to return to town? Their youthful romance never had a real chance to flourish before, and now, with Lulu single, they might have a genuine shot at something more. Unlike their first attempt at love, when they were young, reckless, and entangled in dramatic Quartermaine and Spencer family conflicts, this time could be different. Would Dylan be the distraction Lulu needs to finally move forward? Or would seeing him again stir up old feelings that never really went away? One thing's for sure, if Dylan walks back into her life, it won't take long before sparks start flying. Dylan's complicated history with Tracy. Dylan's return wouldn't just impact Lulu, it would also force Tracy Quartermaine to confront the way she treated her youngest son. For years, Tracy has conveniently forgotten Dylan even exists, mentioning other people's children far more often than her own. Her track record as a mother has been, at best, questionable. She was notoriously tough on Ned, sending him off to boarding school whenever she could, and though she once vowed to do better with Dylan, history repeated itself. She was devoted to him while he was little, but as soon as he started forming his own opinions and asserting independence, he was shipped away just like his brother. When Dylan finally did return to Port Charles as a teenager, their relationship was already fractured. He had lived most of his life away from her, and their connection was more strained than maternal. Tracy's absence allowed him to forge his own path, but did it also leave a void that's never been filled? Now, with Charlotte possibly being his daughter, Tracy could have a chance at redemption, not just as a mother but as a grandmother. Would she embrace this unexpected new role, or would her usual selfish tendencies get in the way? Dylan's rocky history with Lulu, a story unfinished. Dylan's past in Port Charles was anything but uneventful. When he first returned as a teenager, his relationship with Lulu was passionate but turbulent. Their romance was short-lived, ending in heartbreak and an incredibly difficult decision: Lulu's choice to have an abortion. That choice was deeply painful for both of them. Lulu struggled emotionally, and Dylan, though supportive, was left to deal with the complicated feelings of what could have been. Later, Dylan tried again to make things work with Lulu, but by that point, she had moved on. She was married, and though he attempted to rekindle their connection, the timing was never right. He was left heartbroken once more, unable to break through the barriers that had formed between them over the years. Now, however, they are both single and in very different places in their lives. The history between them is still there, unresolved and unfinished. If Dylan returns, will they finally get the second chance they never had? The perfect time for Dylan's return. For years, Dylan has been nothing more than a memory, a name mentioned occasionally but never truly acknowledged. Even Tracy, who should have the strongest connection to him, has barely spoken of him. Now, however, the pieces are all aligning for his return. Lulu is free. Tracy is in Port Charles and in need of a storyline that isn't just meddling in other people's affairs. And Charlotte, if the shocking twist about her parentage is true, needs answers. If Dylan returns, he could shake up multiple storylines at once, a potential love story with Lulu that reignites their old flame. A reckoning with Tracy, forcing her to finally confront her failures as a mother. A shocking revelation about Charlotte's true parentage, which could completely upend the Cassadine and Quartermaine families alike. The time is now. Dylan's return wouldn't just be a nostalgia trip, it would set the stage for one of the biggest twists in General Hospital history. Final thoughts, what happens next? As fans, we love when long-lost characters return to shake things up, and Dylan Quartermaine's return would do just that. His presence would add layers of drama, romance, and family tension, all the elements that make General Hospital the beloved soap opera it is. With so many open-ended threads, his return isn't just an exciting possibility, it's a necessity. Whether it's for the sake of Lulu, Tracy, or even Charlotte, his presence in Port Charles would create ripple effects that would last for years to come.